Hello, entrepreneurs, artists, and creators. This is Dave with Founder Sensei. Hey, I want to answer a question that was posed to me recently from one of the Workbench customers. It's a question I've gotten a lot over the years, particularly when people are starting out with the insight-driven iteration process, which the question is, hey, I'm afraid to talk to customers. How can I not be afraid to talk to customers? And so look, if you're asking yourself that question, I give you props for having awareness of your fear to talk to customers. But I want to say a few words about this because I used to be afraid to talk to customers, if I'm being honest, but I'm just not anymore. And I can tell you why and what I've learned, and hopefully that'll give you some helpful perspective. So here's the thing, like most people, I think, when they're afraid to talk to customers, what they're really afraid of is that their idea is not going to work. They're afraid that they're going to learn that their idea is not going to work. They're afraid of failure, basically. They're afraid that customers aren't going to resonate with the problem, they aren't going to like the solution, they aren't going to be able to pay for it. So I have three things I want to say about that. And hopefully these things will help you understand that really there's no reason to be afraid. The first thing is, let's just take problem validation for a second, but you can apply the same logic to any part of the business model. Problem validation, look, customers either have a problem, they're aware of it, or they don't. And the fact that you talk to them is not going to change that. You know, it's not like you can talk to customers and make their problem go away. The truth is they either have that problem and are experiencing some level of pain from it, or they are not. So the question is, when do you want to find that out? Do you want to find that out before you spend time and money in building a product? Or do you want to find that out after? And I can tell you, as someone who's built products that nobody wants, just one example, I'm thinking of a startup called youbaby.com where we were sloppy. I was sloppy. And I didn't go through all the steps in the process, and I ended up building a $50,000 website that nobody wanted. So that was a lesson. That's one way to learn. One way to learn is go build a product, and then if it doesn't get traction, then you'll learn your lesson. So, or you could listen to what I'm telling you. And so the truth is what it is. You're not going to, talking to the customer is not going to change the truth of the matter. So the question is, what point do you want to find out? If you find out before, you have a chance to pivot and pivot to a better opportunity. So that's number one. The truth is what it is, whether you find it out now or find it out later. It doesn't change the fact that it is what it is, and it's better to find out before because you can make adjustments before wasting a lot of time and money. The second thing I want you to understand is the reason there's no fear of failure, well, I mean, the fear is there, but the reason that fear is not really founded is because in that failure, you will find a seed of something greater. So my experience is that when you fail, you usually discover something, a new learning, a new insight, an aha moment. And it turns out that is more valuable than your original idea, your original premise. So it's kind of like you went digging for silver, went mining for silver, and you found gold. And so that's how I think about running an experiment that doesn't work out or having some level of failure in the validation process. It's not something that I look for, I just know that it's going to happen, and when it happens, it's great because I've learned something I didn't know, and I can then capitalize on that. So those are two important aspects. And then the third thing is, and I remember thinking about this, when I started my entrepreneurial career, I was working at big companies before that. And I remember thinking like, boy, I don't have any good ideas. I don't have any ideas for startups. I mean, I'd like to create a startup, but I have no ideas. Now, 28 years later, I have an abundance of ideas. I am drowning in ideas. I have more ideas than I could ever chase down in a lifetime. And it's because I've been exercising this muscle of identifying problems, coming up with solutions, coming up with ways to market the products. So because I've been working these muscles for so long, it's now just so natural to me. I have so many ideas. So the point is that there's an abundance of ideas. Ideas are like thoughts. They say that we have 64,000 thoughts every day, each one of us. And there are so many problems and so many customers and so many potential solutions out there, so many things that we can bring into the world, so many solutions to problems that are meaningful to people, that there's just an abundance of ideas. So, even if your idea is not going to work out, it's okay, because usually that leads to another idea. Okay, so those are 3 reasons. Fear not, go talk to customers, and just get over that kind of initial fear, and just keep thinking of those 3 reasons in your mind, and maybe the one that kind of jumps out is, I went digging for silver and I found gold, because oftentimes that's what happens. So, hope this has been helpful to you. Until next time.